Hi everyone, welcome to this week's Halton Hills housing update. So the numbers this week are a bit odd, not exactly what I thought they would be like in the middle of October, but here we are. So looking at Georgetown sales, we only had 5 sales last week. That is a low number for Georgetown. Like, that is a very slow week. It doesn't feel that slow out there, but 5 sales, I mean, the numbers don't lie. That is a very slow week. But we only had 11 new listings, which is sort of a silver lining. We've been seeing anywhere from like 16 to 22 new listings in Georgetown usually. So at least listings have slowed down as well. But I don't know if this is just a blip around Thanksgiving and things are about to pick up, but these numbers are just a little softer on both categories than we normally would be seeing. In Acton this week, there was 2 sales and 6 new listings, so inventory climbing in Acton. No sales and no new listings in Glen Williams, and the rural market saw 1 sale and 4 new listings. So something of note, our upper price point when the stuff is moving seems to be busier than our lower price point. So of the 8 sales that we saw, only 2 of them were under $1 million. So it seems like our lower price point stuff is just kind of at a standstill. Another notable thing, of the 22 new listings, 15 of them were under $1 million. So we saw very low sales under $1 million, but we saw a majority of the new listings coming up under $1 million. So that pocket is going to start to get saturated. If we don't start to see sales and the majority of our listings are still our lower price point stuff, we're really going to feel saturated in our lower price point, which is not going to help move the market, because if we can't sell that lower price point, the upper price point starts to slow down too. So this is kind of interesting. Looking at the properties that terminated relisted, we had 24 of those. Half of them relisted at a lower price. The good news, and sort of what saved inventory this week, is that 10 of them came off of the market. So people were exiting the market. Again, they're not getting the results that they want to get, is the reality. Like, the market is not super great for sellers. But what we weren't seeing were people exiting the market. So to have that is exciting. It's been a couple weeks now where we've been seeing more people exiting, and that's really what we need to keep inventory at bay. We had 1 property relist at the same price and another property list higher, failed offer night, so they relisted at a higher price. So looking at overall inventory, all of Halton Hills is just up slightly from 281 to 282 active listings this week. So no major jump in Halton Hills, but still sitting extremely high. In Georgetown this week, inventory remained the exact same at 166 active listings. Looking at price points, under 800,000 is down slightly to 25 active listings from 27. Where we took a jump this week was 800 to $1 million, went from 44 to 49 active listings. So we sort of talked about how a lot of stuff is coming up in that lower price point. This supports that, and not a lot of stuff moving. $1 million to 1.5 million is down slightly from 75 to 74, so nothing crazy there. And 1.5 million plus is down from 20 to 18. And we are seeing a lot of the terminations we're getting in that higher price point. So again, these numbers all support that, those trends that we're seeing. In Acton this week, our inventory is up again from 35 to 39 active listings. There's tons of inventory available in Acton, and pricing should be coming down there. But everything's just kind of sitting right now. So we'll see what happens in Acton. Glen Williams remained the same at 12 this week, and the rural market is down slightly to 65 from 68 due to some terminations. So overall, I'd say this is kind of a weird week. It's not supporting how the market feels, I don't think. Like, only having 8 sales in total for the whole week in Halton Hills is quite low. It feels like the market is busier than that. But it is really difficult still to get a buyer to pull the trigger on a house. There's just a lack of urgency from buyers. And so if you have a buyer who's willing to put an offer together, you should take that super seriously, because you can see in these numbers that buyers are not running rampant to buy properties right now. I do like seeing that inventory is slowing down a bit. I mean, we saw a lot of inventory in our other markets, but only 11 in Georgetown. Like that's a slow-ish week in this kind of market for new listings. So it's going to be interesting to see how October goes. Was this just sort of okay, we'll do it after Thanksgiving and things are going to get busier now? Or is the market just like in this weird place that people don't know what to do? So we will find out as the month goes on. I will be back next week. Have a great week, everyone.